It's the NFL on EA Sports, where we'll see which conference reigns supreme tonight. It's the Denver Broncos and the New Orleans Saints on Thursday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Crescent City of New Orleans and the Caesars Superdome, the home of the Saints. Good to have you with us. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. You know, partner, fantasy football doesn't take into account the guys close to the football, the guys at the line of scrimmage. This is one where our eyes are going to be focused on that battle in the trenches all game long.
Mike, it doesn't matter if it's Pee-wee football, middle school football, or NFL football. You can only do offensively what your offensive line allows you to do. And I think that's exactly the case for both of these teams here today. They are going to win or lose based on the ability of gaining an advantage in the offensive-defensive line. So I think we're going to see downhill run game. I think we're going to see play-action pass. And the team that's able to impose their will up front along the trenches, I think that's going to be the team that finds himself at the end of this one coming out with the win.
The Saints coming out, and the veteran leads them. It's their quarterback, Derek Carr, 9 years with the Raiders, now year 2 with the Saints. Greg, for a man who's now 33 years old.
There's no denying he is a passionate and productive NFL quarterback. But as good as he is, Mike, he just hasn't quite found a way to get over the hump to join that upper echelon of elite quarterbacks. He has this big arm. He can sling it all over the field. But that big arm is also what gets him into trouble sometimes. He needs to find that happy medium between taking care of the ball while still being aggressive. And if he can do that, he'll have as good a chance as any to come out on top.
11 yards for number 11 and a first down.
They call this the alley, so it's the area between the hash marks and the numbers, and depending on what defense they're in, there is a lot of space to be had down those seams. So if this defense doesn't make a couple of adjustments, I wouldn't expect this offense to target any other place on this field.
And he'll be stopped at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call.
Still first down.
To throw is Carr. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Now a second down throw from Carr. That'll be caught. It's Alvin Kamara. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. Think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
First and 10. Carr working out of the gun. That's to the sideline and taken in by Wilson. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
On the ground for the first time, this is Alvin Kamara. Now a loose football. And this is taken in by the defense.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
Dulcich now brought in motion. A first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. They'll go again with Williams. And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. 1 quarter in the books here on a Thursday night. 0-0 is the score. More from New Orleans after this. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for it with Williams. And he will have a Broncos first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert on 3rd and 1.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
On 1st down, here's Nix to throw.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Play action now. It's Nix. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
The whole idea of the play action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion. Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll go play action with Nix. That one caught Devon Vele. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
So many of these young rookie quarterbacks, they come into difficult situations. We see it year in and year out. They don't have a lot of veteran pieces around them. Maybe their weapons aren't great, but I don't think that's the case for Bo Nix.
Nix now on 1st and 10. Our throw here, right side, falls incomplete. Cortland Sutton, the intended receiver, and that will lead to a 2nd down.
I would until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down? Mike, did you see how hyped the sideline got after that run after catch? I mean, I thought the bench was going to run out onto the field to celebrate. He refused to go down on first contact and second contact for that matter.
Nix from the gun on 3rd down. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal.
1st and goal, Denver.
From the shotgun, here's Nix. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield.
To the back of the end zone, he's got it. Devon Bailey. Touchdown, Denver.
You hear coaches, you hear commentators, everybody talks about that middle 4, Mike, the final 2 minutes of the 2nd quarter and the first 2 minutes of the 3rd quarter. Here they are now. They go down and they steal a late touchdown to end the half. Remember, they're going to get the ball first coming out of the break.
Will Lutz now for the PAT. He's got it, and the Broncos will take a 7-0 lead.
Saints nothing. Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
4 seconds still to be played in this half as that one's away. Williams now to return. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. Just the lone touchdown in that first half of action. 7-0 is our score. As we'll send you over to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman standing by. He's got the EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our halftime report. The second half, straight ahead. Time to get back to it. And for the call, let's rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up. Just that one touchdown on the board. 7-0 the score as the 3rd quarter begins. On the return, here comes Marvin Mims. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Broncos offense looking to get back to work as we begin this 3rd quarter. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Williams. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete. He was looking for Marvin Mims there. Now it's going to be 3rd down.
I think that's one of those cases where he just tried to put a little bit too much on it and fit it into that window, Mike, and sails it high. Give his guy a chance to bring that one down. Put that ball on his chest and help him secure that catch. At this level, when you're that open, that ball has to be completed.
And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball and on defense take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
Oh, Oh, the coverage was great. They gave him no room to operate and made him pay for catching the ball. The Saints offense and veteran Alvin Kamara set to take over once more. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. From the shotgun, it's Carr. Now a short one caught by the tight end Johnson.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Carr now on second down. Back to the sideline and intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I think anytime you find yourself trailing in the second half, Mike, all offensive play callers fight the urge to chase those points. They tend to get a little bit overeager. They tend to push the envelope sometimes a little too far. Those turnovers, they only make the deficit grow, not shrink. Now, there's a lot of football left, Mike. They can still get back into this. They just have to be a little bit smarter about which risks you're willing to take.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now it's Williams. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. Willie Gay with the stop. Second and 7. It's another run here for Williams. And he's going to bring this one close to a first down. Looks like they'll mark him just a yard short. Here's 3rd and 2. Here's the give up the middle with Williams.
Javonte Williams, the ball carrier. Brought down at the 30-yard line. It's the gain of 3. And the Broncos first down.
A first down throw for Nix. That one knocked away and incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore all over that. Gets a hand in there to knock it away.
You just can't say enough about how hard it is to play cornerback in today's modern NFL, Mike. I mean, not only are these wide receivers better than ever, but the way the rules are written, you're really out there on an island with not a lot of options. Your technique has to be perfect. Your timing has to be perfect. That's exactly what we saw here, and he makes a great play on the ball.
So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. We'll have more Thursday Night Football after this. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. Off the play fake, here's Nix. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So the lead is now 10-0 as this kicks away. On the return, it's Williams. Now an opening past the 30. And it will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. The Saints offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. Throwing is Carr. That's going to be pulled in by Kamara. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. 2nd down, Carr. The left side into the hands of Olave. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. That's into the hands of the fullback.
I'm not sure how many guys grow up wanting to be an NFL fullback, Mike. They don't get the ball a ton. They're used to do all the dirty work. But in this case, this guy's showing off. Hey, coach, you get the ball in my hands. I can do some things.
Carr to throw. He'll look over the middle and find his running back. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. But this is taken in by a teammate. It is 2nd and a yard. Carr. That's caught over the middle. It's Wilson. So now the Saints will use the first of their 3 timeouts.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
They'll go play action with Carr. That's going to be incomplete. They cannot hook up there. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Second down, goal to go. They'll drop to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the linebacker, Cody Barton.
Every defensive coordinator, Mike, in the NFL preaches one thing about red zone defense. Keep them out of the end zone. Make them settle for 3. Well, what do? With that interception, they take it to another level, and they get off the field without allowing a single point.
Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And he's going to give him some breathing room past the 15-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On the handoff, it is Williams running to the right. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They run over center with Williams. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. That's Carl Granderson in there to record the sack.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
The Broncos bringing out their punter as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. Oh, how about the coverage there? Met and dropped before he can get a return going. The Saints offense and Derek Carr set to take over once more. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. Here is 1st and 10. Carr. Throw left side, that's Johnson.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
Now, Carr. Throw to the sideline. Well done. Good job with the feet. Stays in bounds. It looks like, and yes, they do, have the first down.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there, or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the fourth quarter.
That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense, because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
He'll take a shot, looking for Wilson. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete, and that will do it. This one comes to an end. So it is a win for the visiting Broncos. They didn't do a whole lot offensively, but they didn't need to. Defense star of the show here in this one as they go on to post the shutout. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, from New Orleans, we say goodnight.